Hey Rachel, it's Brenda. Hey, I have been through your online store, your website, and I have some feedback. And keeping in mind what changes I would recommend to help you have better sales conversions and to sell more on your site. So as I go through this, I'll be looking at my notes, but I'll also recap them and send them to you in addition to this video, okay? But one of the first things right off the bat is this slider image on the home page. I believe is distracting and taken away from the buyer experience into where they jump into the products and they do their shopping. I think it's too large and too much movement. And then I'm going to show you, maybe a couple of different ways to go about it. And then the mission statement, a lot of this information needs to go to the top because it's kind of hidden, and because you want people to know this up front, and that it's also it's a you're working with a nonprofit and so forth. So that's a couple things there. I noticed that I did not see a page titled Terms and Conditions. A lot of times people will combine it into one page, like policies, terms and conditions. And I'm almost positive if you don't have that kind of page on your website, that that you get penalized by Google, because they're requiring every shopping type of site to have that. And what you would do is, in there you would, there's a lot of it that's kind of cookie cutter, and you could copy and paste from someone else you find out on the web. But where you specifically need to state is what your return policies are, and those things that are determined by you. So that's a page here that really needs to be here. Now, before I move on too much further, I did chat with BigCommerce, and we should be able to have the pop-up on the home page. From what they told me is that would go into your MailChimp account and create the code for that as a pop-up code, and then that code has to be loaded on the footer of this page, your home page. And the other thing that I got clarification from them was that within your I think you're in the standard account, but within that account we are able to set it up to where it'll show if an item is out of stock. So I can go in and look at the inventory settings. Let me get rid of that later. But so if you wanted to go in and well, first let me turn on that feature, and then you could go in and set your stock levels to what you know them to be right now, and then let the system manage that for you. So I did check that out. So now I am going to go to another page here. Okay, I did notice on the blog, if you're going to have a blog, then it needs to be needs to be a blog there posted at least once a week. Twice a week is nice, but once a week would work fine. And this is also a way of you connecting with your audience, and then over on Facebook you can direct them back over to your store or your online site here to check out your latest blog. So you can create some traffic, going back and forth that way. One second. Okay, so now I'm going to this is on the actual site here. I'm going to go back into your back office here of BigCommerce, and I'm going to show you a few things to think about at least. I noticed there's a, got this refresh here. I'm looking for a template called Crafted. Here it is. And the reason I went through just about all the templates to see how it would work, you know, with your store. And on this particular template, what I liked about it is that it feels more like a place to shop. So let me do this preview your store to see how, you know, to give you a feel of how it would look. It has things up here like, you know, the free shipping and all that can be changed there. Then whatever this would be. You'll see how this header is much smaller, but I also noticed on, and this is how the products would be viewed. But let me go back to, I noticed what they did here in their header, or they may have done that in a slider, I'm not sure. But, you know, meet the designer, and then this is where you could, you know, tell a little bit about your story, in that, you know, how a percent of sales, you know, goes to the group that you're funding, and then you could also, you know, they could read more, click something, you know, to read more, and go to another page which explains more about it. So this is just something you might want to consider. So that was the key points on that. It is a buy. It's not a free template, but it might serve you better. So you can give that some thought. And then if I go up here, there are a number of things that you probably would want to do. You'd want to sell on Facebook, and I believe that is a, you know, a pretty easy, this social shop is pretty easy to implement. I don't think it's any big deal there, because it's gonna be about you getting the word out about your jewelry and who you're supporting. Hang on, it just bounced me out. Let me go back in. Go back to here. I was looking at this traffic engine, and I did not do any of these, of course, but there's some tools here is what I guess I'm trying to say, that you should probably go through these, or you should have someone go through them and see, you know, how these tools, they appear to be free, you know, help your shop, or help the experience. And going down through here, I think those are the key ones. Look at analytics. I don't think you need the abandoned cart features. You'd have to upgrade to the next level, and I don't think it's really not necessary right now. So you know, you're in pretty good shape there. I did notice that the I'm trying to find the mobile feature was not turned on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, here we go. I went back to the store design. So if you go to mobile, I am going to click yes, and let's see. Well, no, I'm not either. Well, I'll go back. Apparently, you have to download a template. I don't know if there's a template that was already designed, but anyway, you might want to check on this. But you always want to have your mobile theme activated, because most shopping, a good part of shopping, comes through mobile devices, either phones, tablets, things like that. And so this was set like this, which means that it's not appearing that way. So you definitely want to get the mobile in place. So just to recap a little bit, I go back to if we view the store, that it needs to look more like a place to shop. There's been an attempt here to bring across a message and also a store, but I believe the messaging part is overtaking the store. So if you even stayed with this template, it might be, I don't know at this moment in time, that this image can be replaced, and you could have some of your jewelry. Then over here on the left hand side, or right hand side, I'm sorry, could be about the designer and about your the uniqueness of your jewelry, handcrafted and all that, and then how you use some of those funds to support Generation Hope. And I did notice that on the one thing that I would mention is on the buying process. Let me go here. Let me see if I find it here. There was a statement about if you let us know ahead of time about the sizing. I think it may not. Oh, love this bracelet, need to adjust the size. I would actually remove this. And I went out and I looked at a lot of jewelry sites, and they have the high-end handcrafted work like you do, and plus I haven't seen it before. What you want to do is minimize the going back and forth with the customer. So as long as you have clearly stated, which you have, what the length is, then the buyer needs to to make sure that on their end that they are ordering the right size. But I would just remove this, because it's just a chance for something to drop through the crack, or not meet expectations. So anything like that you can remove from the mix and just keep the order process like moving forward, I would definitely recommend that. So I'm going to key up a few notes, send this to you to look at before our call tomorrow, and so you have some time to think about it. And then when we get together, you can let me know what questions you have and how we can move forward. So thank you very much.